Hello everyone, this is Daryl20 and welcome to episode 19 of Daryl20's ATM10 to the Skies Let's Play series. Between episodes, didn't do a whole lot, but I did get a Dragon Egg last episode right at the end, or Dragon Head. So if you weren't paying attention, it's there. Every 10 seconds, it generates one of these doohickeys. I assume if I wanted to, I could put extractors on all 6 sides, so I could get 6 per second, but I don't think I need that many. What I do need, though, is to make a halitosis generator, and I know I'm going to run into a problem. Let's see if you can guess, by looking at my JEI to-do list, what problem I might run into. So you are that, and you are that. And while you're at it, I should probably make you known so that you can make that. And then, boop, boop, I can make this happen, and then I can make this happen. Uh-oh, he said. Oh, and then ender generators is this, and then iron generators is this, and that should be cool. Anybody notice the uh-oh that Dyer just noticed? Well, Dyer noticed it a long time ago, and that's why he has it on JEI, but you might not have noticed that. Am I out of... I can't be... I'm out of assembler matrix pattern news? Oh my goodness, that's insane to me. Talk to me about how I could possibly be out of these already. You're like full? Full? That's bananas. Oh well, guess who's going to expand his assembler matrix? Presumably won't be too hard to do, I hope. Well, maybe. So things Dyer has to make better today. One, we got to get blaze rods going because I don't have blaze rods. Two, we got to get soul sand going. Holy cow, I burned through sand very quickly, didn't I? But we should really think about... Hello out there. What? What even? Alright, so then you should process pretty quickly, I assume, right? Now, if I really wanted to be, like, super cool about you, I could bump up more of these, but we're choking on power as it is, so let's be a little less dumb about that, right? I also considered whether I can make netherite, but I need to get smithing templates, which there's things we need to do in order to get to that point. So we're going to be holding off on netherite tools for at least a little bit, meshes specifically. I would love for you to make some quartz at some point, if you wouldn't mind. There you go. Thanks, Chief. All right, quartz on the way. Sand should be... Do I have the thing? No, I don't. Diamond upgrades, please. You guys should definitely be diamond upgrading so that you can restock my sand faster than the mesh thing happens. So, shouldn't be a big deal, but we should, you know, prioritize that, sort of. So, power's our problem right now, right? So we gotta fix... we got soul sand going. Let's get more assembly doohickeys, right? So I've got you, and we're definitely going to want some of you. And then while we're at it, we're going to want pattern cores. Don't know exactly how many I'm going to want, but I'm going to make a few. Is that fair? I think so. And then when this is done crafting, which shouldn't be too long, because everything's pretty quick now, right? I'm going to want to expand this. So do we want to just do... If I made this a 3x3, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more internal spots times 2, which is 10. Am I right on that? Right? Or is it 7 times 2, which is 14? Might be 7 times 2, which is 14. Well, let's see what happens. Because if we do a 3x3 by 3, that's 27. And currently we have a 2x2 by 2, which is 8. Right? But actually I'm going to do a 3x3 by 2 because I'm not going to bring it up yet. So that'll be 9 times 2 is 18. So that's going to give me 10 more. 8 becomes 10 more, 18. So realistically, I want to do like 4 more assembler matrix pattern cores, which needs more iron bars, which I can facilitate. If I replace something like you, right? Assembler matrix core. So if my math is correct, right, we'll have a 3x3, which is 9, but 2 levels of it, which is 18, right? But currently we have a 2x2, which is 4, and 2 levels of it, which is 8. So 10 more internal spots equals that, and we should be cool. If I make this, and I'm right about the fact that I can easily expand this. Right? So basically, what I want to do is you and you, and you, and you. Well, actually, no, because I also want to do this, right? This is how I really want to do it, right? Cool. And that gives me what I'm going for. Okay. And then in here, I mathed correctly. Hooray! So now I should have plenty more assembler matrix roll spots, right? Like way more. And then when that's not enough, I can bring this up a Y level to get 9 more internal slots, right? And then when that's not enough, I can extend it to a 4x4 or a 5x5. So we got plenty of growth opportunity. So I'm not worried at all. But now let's get back to what was I doing and couldn't do? I forget. I don't know. I want to get blaze rods, and I want to get yeah, that's basically it, right? Because I want to be able to make halitosis generators times 64, and the main thing I'm missing from that is going to be some number of ender pearls. Wow, I don't have enough redstone. Okay, I mean, I believe you, but that's a little surprising. And then blaze rods, right? So by the time I get my blaze rods and ender pearls sorted, I should be cool on redstone, and then we'll be good, right? Because redstone's definitely happening over here. Yes? Like, you're at speed, and you're at speed. So, like, we're making redstone. It's just we've been using a lot of it lately. And if I have to speed that up more, I can after I deal with my power problems, which we so clearly have. You know, it's a thing. You're just chewing up way more power than I expected you to. I'm being honest. Was not prepared for how much power you were gonna make a thing. Yeah, we can barely keep up with all the ores that we're producing. Definitely not keeping up as it sits. Definitely need more power. Let's get to work. So to make blaze rods, I'm going to get productive metalworks going. Only because, A, it's like a tinker smeltery, so that's fun. And B, I don't think I need a B. There is no B. A, it's like a tinker smeltery, and that's kind of fun. End of sentence. Cool. And then settings menu, U, and is it this direction? It is. No, not. There you go. Yay for new islands. So over here can be my tinker smeltery, and that's going to be, you know, all the things. So to get this going, I assume we're going to need, like, foundry-ish things. Oh, look, there's, like, all kinds of colors of them. So is there, like, a specific... So fire clay is this. So we should probably go do this. And pattern provider upgrade, because I know I'm out of upgrade slots. But I want to get Metalworks cooking today. Because that sounds fun. Even if the only thing I do with it is make blaze rods, I want to check it out. Have we ever done productive Metalworks, like, for reals? Because I know it's Tinkerzy, but I don't know if it's... I'm assuming it's pretty Tinkerzy, though. But you're going to do that. And then you're going to do that. And that should be cool. We'll see. if I was being fair, I would make like all kinds of tools and stuff, but this isn't the series to do that, right? And the reason this isn't the series to do that is because this is a skyblock. We don't go mining. So like, this is not the series to be like, look how cool these Tinker's tools are. Sorry, Metalworks tools are. Yay, there's a ponder. I love when they do the ponder. The minimum size of the foundry is a 3x3x2 as it requires at least a something or other. I love when they start integrating this, right? The bottom foundry has to be made up of heating coils. All right. And it must have a foundry controller. So we're going to need foundry. And I guess we'll go with the black foundry ones, right? So I would like you to make the things. So you know how to make those things, but let's learn how to make these things. Okay. And then we're going to want you for a foundry drain, you for a foundry tank, you for a foundry capacitor? What do you do? I don't even know. And then there's foundry windows, which sounds cool. And then there's assuming a casting basin, because like I said, it's Tinker's, but reimagined-ish. Right? And Blackfire bricks should be cool. And then I guess we're going to need some like castings at some point, but I'm sure I can figure this out. So it's molten steel over something makes a cast. That shouldn't be a problem. We can make that on demand. We're probably going to want the foundry tap, which I assume is kind of like a drain. Is there anything else I need immediately in the auto crafting list? Nothing jumps to mind, but I'm sure I'm going to go stick all this stuff in here and then regret forgetting something. So let's get to... Oh, heating coils, right? That was it. I knew I was thinking of something. They said heating coils. Powered heating coil? Ooh, high-powered heating coil. That's cool. Powered heating coil and high-powered heating coil. Ooh, that needs soul lava. But I'm... Does this mean I can do, like, forge energy? Because that would kind of be cool, right? Because if I can do forge energy, I'm on board with that. Maybe? So that tells me, wasn't there a thing? There was a thing that I was like, what's that? Right? And it was the foundry capacitor? Which is Blackfire bricks with molten redstone over it. Okay. We'll try that out as like a stage 2 deal. Yeah. All right. So these powered heating coils, I guess liquid heating coils will also be needed in order to get, you know, like the first. So we're going to need 9 of you, right? And presumably we're going to need like a bunch of Blackfire bricks. We're going to need a controller. We're going to need some windows. We're going to need a casting basin. We're going to need one of you. We're going to need, no CPUs are available, a couple of you. We're going to need a tank and 2 drains. Does that all sound about right? Man, I love auto crafting. Dyer couldn't live without. Look, if you were like, Dyer, your new challenge is no auto. Why are you off sync? 1, 2, 3. Oh, only because you are like that, right? Yeah. I was gonna say, what is this nonsense? Okay. So you centered here, you centered there. Is that right? Yep, yep, yep. Cool. And then, if I'm remembering my pondering correctly, right? And then we get our dude, which valid. And then possibly a tank. Right? And now I give you a bucket of lava and you should be able to melt stuff. Maybe. Looks like it's working. That's cool. That's cool. Have we ever really like played with this mod enough? Because I feel like I should. Right? And then we're going to want to cast stuff. Maybe I want you in the front. I don't know. Right? And then we get drains. And then we get our taps. And then if I want this dude, no, if I want you black fire bricks, a bucket of redstone. So how much redstone did we get from that? Close. So it's that many. That's cool. And that makes what again? The capacitor. And then if I want powered heating coils times 9 to replace the liquid ones, I'm guessing this is how it works. I'm purely guessing. I am purely guessing. If it doesn't work the way I think, then obviously we change it up. Very nice looking stuffs, though. So do you have like a Forge Energy dude? You do. You do. Flux point. One of these days I'll run out of flux dust. Bing, bang, boom. Right? And then we can get blaze powder. Right? And then blaze powder in this melts into molten blaze. 1 powder equals 100 millibuckets. And then I can cast them. 4 of them become enough liquid to make a blaze rod. Right? All I need to do is get some steel. How much steel do I need to make a cast from Metalworks? So for a tool rod cast, which I assume is the cast that I use, or a rod cast, I don't know if it makes a difference, but it's basically sticks, right? Right? Because what I want actually is just you. So rod cast equals any stick, 360 millibuckets. So would I assume that's 4 steel? How much steel equals liquid? 90. So 360 would be 4, right? Cool. Nice. He melts pretty quick, too. Beautiful. And then do you destroy the stick? Yeah, you do. Nice. Cool. Now, is there some way I can make you, like, always run kind of deal? Either a lever or a redstone clock is how it used to work back in the days of yore. That ain't it. So let's just do this. You are called a foundry tap. Let's ponder that and see what it says about automating it. Right? To turn fluids into blocks, you need the casting basin, yeah. I bet I can just extract her with a pipe, though, to be fair. I'm just curious, like, what the mechanic is. Is it a clock? Do I need to, like, create a clock? Oh, well, that's not exciting. I was hoping there was like a here's how you automate it kind of deal. Alas, no such luck. So I'm thinking we could use dynamics. Right? You and you. Or not. Or did I finish? Oh, you know what? I finished. So you know what? That's a good point. I should check if lever plus dude. Because that's right. I forgot that I didn't put... In my head, it was 4. Because I was saying 4 blaze per thing. But I was like, I should have 2 more blaze rods. That's not true. Right? So let's make sure that you do the thing. Ooh, so that is cool. That works, actually. I might leave that then. I don't have to do the pipey. So I remove that. You're going to immediately... Perfect. That's exactly what I want. And I'll tell you why. Because what I'd like to do is hopper you into an interface. Well, I should probably just do a pattern provider. And if I'm going to do a pattern provider, I should probably just do item pipes. And I'll tell you why, because I want the pattern provider. It would be cool if you could go here. Can you go here? What are the chances that this works? Do you work that way? You seem to work that way. So you know what's cool about that? Is I can do this. Which is very cool. Right? So then you can just item extractor, whatever you get. Into here. And your immediate question is, Dyer, why are you doing it like that? Because I need to run cables, dudes. Don't yell at me. Right? So are you the P2P output? You are. All right. So for the time being, until I have like P2P-ish problems, I will simply do that. And now I should be able to come over here. Now, blaze rods aren't going to be what I call fast, but they're at least craftable. Okay? And what you're going to be is, I'm going to do basically this, but instead of you two, I'm going to put the 4 of you in here. Like I said, it ain't exactly going to be a fast operation, but I should be able to say like, hey, give me 10 blaze rods. And then you're going to be cool, right? Now, the slowest part of this is this bit. So if I wanted this to be faster, I would make more of these. But the problem is I can't guarantee it's going to extract exactly 400 out unless I use laser IO, because I'm not familiar with any other mod that will let me like say I want exactly 400. Unless like the attractor can. Can the attractor do something like that? Match closest first. So yeah, I don't think the attractor has anything like, unless there's something on it that lets me do like, so fuzzy card gives me advanced behavior available, whatever that means. So does redstone comparator. And so does elite control circuit. And so does analog circuit. Right? So I guess the best way to handle that would be a fuzzy card, which I'm guessing just enables me to do NBT ignoring type stuff. But I just want to be sure. Yep, match metadata and closest first type stuff, but that's not what I want. So it's going to be slowish. So what I'll probably want to do is something clever like this, but keep 256 and make one at a time should be fine. Right? And then what'll happen is this guy will just consistently make one. You know what? I should probably do 2 at a time. Yeah, I could do more. I'm assuming I could do more, right? Let me bump that up to like... Because I have some more black fire bricks, right? I would assume, very much like Tinker's, black fire bricks. Give me like 10 more of those, please. That should be quickish. Cool. And now I'm assuming you have more slots with which to fit more dudes. So I can make you be like 4 at a time. And then it'll make 4 of them by inserting 16 of these guys, I would assume. And turn it on. Right? And that's cool. Now, if I know I'm making 4 at a time, do you think I can therefore... If I know I'm making 4 at a time, in theory, I should be able to trust that I will get always a multiple of 2, unless 1 gets requested, which I don't think would happen. So let me turn you off for a minute, just to get some more steel, and we'll do this. So I'm going to let this run between episodes. When we come back next time, I'll let you know if it got stuck at any point. Hopefully the answer is no. And if the answer is no, then that would be nice, right? But for now, it's wrapping up point. So Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Next time we will come back and I will have, I will make a stick here and I will be ready to do that. And then we will let this do that. And then if I do this and servo, that would be cool. Now I totally stole some of this, so I have to replace that, otherwise Buddy will get stuck, right? And at this point, we might have a problem with things coming up because Dyer interrupted the process, right? How do we have 100 in there? That's probably not right. I guess we'll see. All right, I'll fix it. For now, wrapping up point. Del20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.